my kings, queens, and fellow non-binary leaders, and welcome to today's video. I'm really excited for this because it's gonna be another reaction video for one of Rai's videos, and it will be the second part of her Halloween special. And the first one was already good, but like it left off on a quite critical part. So let's just summarize what we still remember from last time. What do I remember from this? Okay, so Akashi has 3 new roommates, and they were roommates. All of them being demon. Kenma is a cat demon, Kuro is a vampire, and Bokuto is a dark fae, whose father also is Satan's highest advisor or something. And Akashi is a very, very creepy teacher who just happens to also be a demon and made a deal with the devil to get to Akashi, which we don't like that at all. We don't. I don't know anything about this second part, which look, there was an unusual amount of not angst in the first part. Like, it wasn't particularly fluff all either, but there was way too little angst for Rai's standards, which makes me really nervous for this second part. So, yeah. Let's hope no one dies. Let's hope no one dies. Also, I apologize for looking a little bit a mess today. Life has been stressful. It still is, and it won't settle for quite a while. So I'm sorry if I don't get as many uploads done. I'm trying my best. And now let's start with the video because I have to know what's gonna happen. I don't even have any predictions. I'm just nervous. We have a support plushie again, and I'm excited. Let's go. Again, I love the intro. You know I have to say it. It's so calming. Doesn't fit the angst, but it's so calming. Oh my god, it's the calm before the storm.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and like the video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more content. Thank you for watching.
I am so sorry for the delay. This was supposed to be up about a week ago actually, but
No
school
problem,
really said no. So I'm not going to hold you guys up too long on this section right here. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and congratulate those who guessed that Merman was in fact the professor. Your suspicions would be correct.
Yes.
I've already warned a
it.
few people on this, but while it is a certain ending I will not go ahead and spoil, it is an ending that you will be very mad at me about. So
What?
let's just go ahead and get to
No, wait. Like, I was afraid of this. I was very much afraid of this. This is the final part, okay? I need a happy ending. If this ending is as bad as I think it might be, we have to talk, Rai. And you have to do another part. Please. Oh my god.
to it.
This didn't help the nerves at all.
The thought of the demon and human realm cohabiting together is mere folklore. Nothing but a distant dream. Different lifespan, abilities, appearance can't coexist together.
Why did you have to remind me of the lifespan?
It's a forbidden relationship, only asking for danger. No one knew the risk until it was too late. Bokuto and Kenma were both soundly asleep, being the only 2 demons that could sleep, and Kuro was sitting on the railing of the balcony.
Love the
Akashi
music.
stepped outside with 2 cups of tea in hand. Careful,
cute.
you might fall. Kuro laughed underneath his breath. Trust me, it'll take a little more than a fall to take me down. Akashi offered one of the cups of tea. Or can you not have this? I heard from Bokuto-san that human food can be toxic to you. I wasn't sure that if drinks were too, or... Thank you. Kudo grabbed the cup, cutting the smaller from rambling any more. Is something on your mind? Kudo sighed.
Nervous.
You're a perceptive human. It is what I'm known for around here.
True. Very
Akashi
much
giggled.
true.
The vampire took a deep breath before he began speaking again. I can't have blood. Wait, but
I'm confused.
you're a vampire. Isn't that your only source of food? Yeah, it is. Kudo found himself fiddling with the untouched cup of tea. Only pure-blooded vampires are allowed to drink blood.
Why?
It's ironic. Pure isn't really in our nature.
I'm so confused.
He laughed hoarsely, taking in the fresh night air. He began explaining everything explicitly. In the demon realm, the races are divided and each clan is given a ruler. For the vampire clan, Kudo's uncle became the ruler since he was first born, making him pure-blooded. Tetsura's father is 13th in line to be ruler, so even though they share the same DNA, Kudo is not pure-blooded.
That sounds like a fucked up system.
Those who aren't, but are still part of the royal family, work for the pure ones, supplying them with blood so that they don't have to hunt. They are not allowed to have blood of their own.
Yeah. Fucked up system. I stay
you
with
never
that.
had blood? Nope. But
Wait,
isn't that the only way you can eat?
is Akashi gonna give him blood?
You would be correct.
I would love that so much.
Akashi thought for a moment. Kudo, how old are you? He couldn't help but feel the sense of deja vu from the conversation with Bokuto earlier. The vampire smiled sadly. I'll be turning 540 soon.
Bro! Oh my god! That's...
Keiji, I'm dying. There was this unexplainable ache growing in his chest and a lump building in the raven's
It
throat.
takes 500 to 600
That's
years
impossible. You're immortal, so
For-
you can't die.
for a vampire to starve? Oh my god.
Koda set aside his cup of
That's
tea.
horrible.
Even immortal beings meet their end. Bokuto mentioned that there is a way to kill vampires. Could this be it?
I'm not liking where this is going.
You're dying because you can't eat. Is that it?
Give him blood, Keiji.
That's simple. We can just get you some blood. You said it might smell sweet. That'll work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Why was he getting so upset? Not even 2 days ago did he know that their kind was real. How did everything escalate in that manner?
Because they're charming. You love them.
I can't.
Why not?
There was this spell binding the impure to the pure, so that if the impure were to consume blood, then the nutrients would go straight to the pure.
No. I don't like this at all.
That's nonsense. That's basically killing off their own kind.
Yeah.
That's just how the demon realm works.
Okay. Vampires are assholes. Confirmed. I don't... No, I don't like where this is going. They need to break that freaking spell. I mean, his mate is a dark fae, and Bokuto's father is the advice you just said. There needs to be something that can be done, right? Also, this whole different lifespan problem, that in itself is bad. But this, no. I do not like this. I don't like the vampires in this, except for Kudo, of course, because it's Kudo and hi. I thought I was nervous at the beginning, but this is a whole new level. By the way, the fact that I'm this infuriated by this all means that it's well written, and that I really like the story and the video, but I hate this. How they? No. This would be a whole reaction video of me just being, no. Yeah. Deal with it.
Me and Cole have been together for over 60 years now.
Oh, that's
and he
cute
has
though.
been on an endless search on how to find help for me.
And that's bad though.
But it's only a matter of time before it's too late. Akashi set his cup aside to Kudo's that was still left untouched.
Damn.
Bokuto-sen has spent nearly a century fighting for you.
So don't give up now.
He grabbed a hold of his cloak, pulled the taller closer. Don't you dare give up.
Exactly.
The vampire's eyes widened. Finally, he saw what Kemma had been so drawn to. Kudo always put up this front about being uncontrolled by the urges to take blood, and what he thought was good for him, when in reality, he just didn't want his kind to get what they wanted. Blood.
Oh. And
Have you ever tried drinking blood? No. I didn't want to risk giving it to them.
But maybe it's a myth, right? Like,
Would you want to try to drink mine and see if it helps?
maybe he still gets some of the nutrients.
The thing is,
or-
since Kudo spent his entire extended life without consuming blood, he wasn't sure if he would be able to stop himself from killing Keiji.
Okay, that's a problem.
He was scared of himself. Both boys turned their head to the door where Bokuto was standing when Kudo shot a quick signal that they would continue this later. Akashi didn't want to talk later. He wanted to talk now. What if later insisted of Kudo already dead? Shouldn't you be getting to bed? You have class tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, but it's with a creepy teacher.
Well,
he
yeah,
cannot go
but-
there. That's
Kudo gave a soft
better
smile towards
option.
him. It's fine. You have a busy day tomorrow. We don't want you collapsing from exhaustion.
And we don't want you to die
He
from
joked
starving
before realizing
yourself.
that humans are actually capable of doing so, and he didn't want to sound insensitive. The human nodded his head before turning back to the vampire. The offer still stands. Thank you.
Okay, so I think it's unlikely because someone might have figured it out already. But what if? Just like, let me lie to myself and just say it's a myth created by like the royal family to keep everyone loyal to them. I mean, I guess it's unlikely, but I really, really want it to be true and that he can drink Kiji's. Or maybe Kiji is special. Because, I mean, it's Kiji we're talking about, so... Maybe he has a special kind of blood, or maybe if they can form, like, a mating bond, and then it still goes to Kudo. I'm just trying to solve this. I don't want... The problem is that Rai said we're gonna be mad at her for the ending, so... I don't trust this. There are so many problems all at once. How are we gonna solve all of them in just like this 1 second part without killing off the characters? And I'm kind of afraid. Brian, please don't do this to me. I need my Bokaku Kodoken alive. Okay. We continue.
The sun rose over the horizon, casting off wondrous shades of purples, pinks, and oranges into the dusky sky. Akashi was the first to
Pretty.
wake up, minus Kudo, who didn't sleep and made breakfast for the 4 of them. If you do intend to stay any longer, you're going to have to start doing the shopping around here. He joked, knowing that none of them really could. Maybe Kenma, but his disguise was one of a cat, so that wouldn't make much sense.
True. Though cats are hella smart, nobody would be surprised.
Although, he was questioning when the 3 demons would actually leave. He knew that both Bokuto and Kudo were held down here with Kenma wanting to stay by his side. But how much longer would that be?
You want them
It
to
wasn't that
stay.
he was complaining. Their company was actually nice. He just wanted to know how much longer until they got tired of him.
Oh no, don't sell yourself short.
After setting their breakfast aside
stay
and made
forever.
Kodo some tea, after finding out that's the only thing he could have from the human realm, he gathered his things together for class. I have to go to class, but I should be home fairly soon. How soon? Kenma pouted. He hated every time the human left. This made the raven laugh.
This was so
It shouldn't be
cute.
too long. It's my short day, so I should be home in about 3 hours. The Neko's eyes widened, realizing that was already close, just a nap away until he saw Keiji again.
How much does Kim
Be
actually
safe.
sleep?
The Fae was happily munching on his cereal made by the human, seeing him off.
Sarah, that's
Well,
my
it was
level
his
of
short
cooking
day. It was also
skill.
his extended
but-
class period with his least favorite professor.
I'm nervous.
If he wasn't already so close to ending the semester, he would totally opt to be switched to a different class. If only he'd seen the signs sooner.
Okay, G.
It was yet another class that dragged on, not the subject itself. It was actually quick to catch on. It was the professor. His gaze that was practically glued on the smaller was not unnoticed by him. Even some of the classmates could tell, yet no one did anything about it. He would just
Run.
distract himself on the topic, and after class he would run home and see all 3 of his friends waiting
Exactly.
for him.
Run.
He would snuggle close to Kenma with the other 2 close by. He never hugged the other 2 demons, but they sure like they would give the best ones.
I have the feeling, if he's saying this like that, if he's thinking about it like that he will not be coming home. That he might try run home right after class, but I feel like there'll be something interfering, and I don't like that. Nervous. Oh gosh. Okay. It's okay. We're gonna be fine as long as I survive. If not, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Wait, why was he thinking about that?
Because you want them to hug.
It was definitely easier than thinking about them than the lesson that used to be his distraction, but now it wasn't. The lesson just brought him closer to Earth, closer to him. He didn't want to be here. He wanted to go home, to
if
them.
it hurts Akashi,
Mr. Akashi? His eyes shot up, seeing the older man right in front of him. When did he get there? When did everyone else leave, leaving him alone in the
hate
same room as
this
him?
very much. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. I spaced out. I'll be gathering my things now. No, I don't think that's necessary.
I hate this even more.
I'd like to have a word with you.
No.
The younger ignored the latter, still putting his items back into his bag.
Mm.
Do you believe in demons? He froze. Did the professor find out he was hoarding 3 demons in his home? No. He had to warn them. They were in danger.
You
Not really.
you were the one in danger.
I
Akashi.
enjoy reading mythical stories about them, but that's it.
You're the one in danger.
The professor took a seat on Keiji's desk, making him cringe.
You.
What if I told you demons were real?
Then he would run out there screaming
Well,
like a madman and
I
go to
think
the
you were
3 demons he
crazy
has
for one.
at home.
He got up, but the professor made him sit back down. Let me tell you a story.
No.
As you should know, there are 7 deadly sins, or cardinal sins. The raven sighed, realizing he wasn't getting out of this, and that made it all the more nerve-wracking.
Run.
Those sins are ruled by 7 demons, or archdemons. His ocean blue eyes widened. That's where he remembered that term.
Kenma's partially
Kenma was part archdemon. He was part of one of the deadly sins. First, we have Lucifer, the fallen angel ruling over pride. Beelzebub's sin is gluttony. We have the ruler of the underworld, Satan himself.
Let me guess.
His sin is wrath. Leviathan's is envy.
Kenma
Belphegor is sloth.
is a
Asmodeus
descendant of
is
Sloth.
lust. Asmodeus?
Bokuto.
Didn't Bokuto say that that was his father? Did that make him part Archdemon? Akashi's head was spinning. And finally, my favorite, Mammon, ruler of greed.
Well, he's not my favorite
A
right now.
demon who is willing to get anything he wants. He leaned in close.
No.
He is
No.
truly inspirational.
No. Can someone get a
I
water
want
bottle
you,
just to like...
Keiji. The entire conversation was screaming red flag. He needed to get out.
Bro, this is not screaming red flag anymore. This is taking a bucket of red paint and emptying it all over that scene. No. Okay, I need a moment. This is bad. Like, well written. I can perfectly picture it, which is exactly the problem. Oh my god. This is bad. Oh my god. Keiji, run. Bokuto, get your human. He in danger. Okay, it's cool. Alles. This is the final part. Okay, let's continue.
Why are you telling me this? His eyes glued to
Red
the
flag.
floor, not wanting to look up at the man in front of him. What if I told you there were demons living amongst you humans? You humans? Keiji tore his eyes from the ground and dared to meet his professor's eyes. His once brown eyes were a blood red with malice intent. No, the mention of demonology, and Archdemon specifically, his professor's fascination with the sin of greed. His eyes widened, finally putting the last piece to the puzzle. You're Mammon. You always were such a wise student.
Run! No! This is bad. This is
Kenma
really
woke up from his nap. It was right around the 3-hour mark, so just as promised, Keiji should be
Protect
home
me.
at any minute. But those minutes turned into an hour, and that hour turned into 2. Where is Keiji? He questioned towards his 2 boyfriends, who seemed to have noticed his anxious behavior.
Can I just say that I really love this passage, how it's written, like, well, those minutes turned into an hour and that hour turned into 2. That is nice. Like, this is nice storytelling. I like that. And no, I'm not just pausing because I'm nervous about what's going to happen next. Who gave you that idea? They're a liar, very much. Okay, we got this.
I don't know. It's been well over the time he said he would be home.
Yeah,
He leaned to one side, crossing his arms over his chest, fighting the urge to start pacing back and forth.
Why fight it if you
Kudo
can
peeked
embrace
his
it?
head out the window. The sun is setting. Maybe we should go out and search for him.
You should.
How do you suppose we do that? Kenma
don't
thought
know,
for a moment,
just
looking at the
look
human's
around.
closet. I have an idea. Kenma got to work before his boyfriends were able to question
they
it.
look like demons.
For Kudo, Kenma managed to find black clothing to cover his lover's pale skin so that the remaining light wouldn't hinder him, and threw on some glasses to cover his red eyes.
I'll just pretend they're contact lenses. Everybody's
For
running.
Bokuto, the
random
Neko found a
past
trench
right
coat that would hide the Fae's wings, somewhat, and then found hair gel. The hair was at a perfect length to fully cover his horns with his hair.
Okay.
And
This
for
is-
himself, it was really simple. He tucked his tail in his pants and found a comfortable hat to hide his ears.
So that's why he's wearing
We
his hair
better
like
hurry.
that.
I don't like holding my wings like this. It reminds me of being trapped in a cage. Don't worry, we'll find Keiji and come back home. The 3 demons left Akashi's apartment, thankful that his school was super close and easy to find. They expected to find Keiji getting held back from studies and maybe even soundly asleep. Just before they entered the university, Koro stopped at the front door. Tetsu? He sniffed the air. It's blood. Oh, negative.
Bro, no.
It was then
No.
Bogdo recognized the same smell of fear from the human, but it was stronger. He's in trouble.
You
He
think?
growled, his eyes glowing with rage. They stormed in. Students were already running out of the building screaming, but it wasn't from them because they were still disguised. It was from the demon showing his true form.
Isn't that kind of like...
Mammon.
Isn't that a rule of
If
the
it isn't the
demon?
sons of Asmodeus and Belphegor.
I told you. I told you Cadma is a descendant of Sloth. Called it. Not me pausing again. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Kenma grimaced. That demon isn't my father.
Ooh, family drama.
Kudo followed the smell of blood and saw Keiji tied up to a chair in the corner of the room with crimson red flowing down the side of his head. He seemed to be fighting to keep his conscious.
There's the amount of angst I know from Rai.
Keiji! He looked up, connecting his ocean blue eyes with Kudo's red ones after he threw off the sunglasses. It resembled everything like a sapphire and ruby stone meeting together.
Love that. Love
And
that.
you. He pointed to the vampire. You're no one. Leave at once, vermin.
I beg your pardon.
Hey, don't talk like that to him. I'd watch your tongue. A figure appeared from the shadows, making both Bokuto and Kimakawa, knowing the power he held, the oldest sin of all, pride. Satan was here.
No.
He held up his finger, creating a light from it. That light turned into a deadly laser beam, piercing a gaping hole in Kudo's chest.
What?
Tetsu! He spit up blood, finding his legs too weak to hold his starving and dying body up any longer.
What?
Vampires had a gift. They had fast regeneration. It was gifted to all vampires before the monarchy turned all of the rules upside down. While all still had the gift, not all were able to use it. Only the pure ones.
I hate them
Without
even more.
consuming blood, Kudo was just as fragile as a human. He was as good as dead.
Keiji, give him your blood now. Oh my god, no.
Both Bokuto and Kenma knew this. A new type of fire burned in the Fae's eyes. A dark
Kill him.
shadow casted over the room. Both Bokuto's and Satan's sin of wrath were battling it out with their aura alone. Mammon could have mistaken the Fae as Wrath's son at that very moment. Akashi stared with wide eyes, seeing Kudo's dying form on the floor. Kudo. Tetsuro! He turned his head without eyes connecting once more. Kemma felt his eyes sting.
I don't like what this
Come here. You need blood, right?
Give him.
You foolish human. He is impure, a nobody. Your blood will mean nothing. Shut up.
I hate him so much.
Bokuto's voice had a low echo, bouncing off the walls of the school.
Kill him, Bo.
He held his hand out, and a sword grew from mid-air into the palm of his hand, his talons wrapping around the handle. Your fight is with me. Tetsu, that offer. Later is now. Akashi found broken glass on the ground next to him and was able to get a hold of it and cut himself free, cutting his hand in the process. Thin trails of red turned into thicker ones, making Kudo drool. He was so hungry, but so weak. Come on. He begged. Please, I can't let you die. He cursed that he found himself crying, but that was all that he needed to break the vampire's resolve. It was only a matter of seconds before Kuro's fangs were plunged deep into the human's neck. He yelped out of a surprise and the sharp stinging sensation that overcame him. His eyes widened, seeing steam form from his wound. It was closing up.
Good.
Akashi laughed, letting his own happy tears fall. He reached up and ran a hand through the vampire's jet black locks, who was still feasting. Good. Eat up. You're doing so good. He knew full well that the taller was scared of himself for what he was, so seeing him overcome that was everything just to stay alive. That's impossible! I said your fight is with me. Bokuto roared, lunging at Memon, successfully slicing his arm off.
Yes.
Satan! He yelled, asking for help.
He's not gonna have the right. Like, I mean, we had in the first part that only the ones who were kind of invited were allowed to get in there. So maybe this is also kind of like taking revenge on. I don't know, but I feel like he was playing him too. Like, who is even stupid enough to trust this kind of like this thing? I'm just saying. We knew from the very start that he wasn't the smartest one, Mammon, but like, I don't think he's gonna help him. Bokuto's father technically is Satan's right hand, his advisor. I'm not quite sure, but I know that he's important to Satan. So maybe we can hope.
Help, but the demon only laughed in response.
Exactly.
What? This has been amusing.
Loving this.
2 half-blood archdemons, a vampire who survived my attack.
Oh
and
yeah,
a
but he
human.
did attack Kuro.
His lips turned into a devilish smirk.
Maybe I don't
Are
like
you
him.
not going to help me? He bursted into laughter. I'll watch from the sidelines today. Besides, your sin will never die. You'll just be reborn.
No, I hate that.
What? You traitor! He turned back to the Fae, whose eyes were wide with murderous bloodlust.
I just no.
This was the son of Asmodeus, sin of lust.
Bloodlust is a form of lust.
Sin of greed, right? The one who'll have everything he desires? Mammon glared at him. You can take everything, but don't think for even a second you can take what's mine.
Ooh, I'm
Because
loving
of
this.
Mammon, both Kuro and Akashi almost died. That was enough to send him over the edge. Bokuto plunged the sword into Mammon's chest. Try again in your next life.
No, don't try again. Look,
He fell to his knees.
Bokuto, I'm not sure if you're all so familiar with human customs and how the human mind works, but Akashi will be pretty much traumatized from that. We don't need to repeat history at this point. No, we don't. Yes.
Letting his own greed be his demise, Satan chuckled, disappearing back into the shadows. He turned his head, hearing his lover Kema screaming. Tetsu, stop! He kept on trying to pull Kuro away from Keiji, who was still sucking his blood, his hunger coming before anything else. Akashi's mouth hung open, his eyes hazing over with his vision blurring in and out. He felt lightheaded even though he was sitting down, suddenly feeling very cold and tired. Tetsuro!
God, he will feel so guilty. This is not
Bokuto
good.
successfully pulled him from Akashi, who slumped to the ground. Get a hold of yourself! As if snapped from a daze, his eyes widened, realizing what he did. He lost control. He took too much. He let his 5-century hunger take over. Bokuto turned to Akashi, whose breathing was dangerously slow. He cursed. He held his hand out, using his demonic energy to heal his wounds.
Or
but
that,
more
right, I
importantly,
forgot about that.
The bite
That's
that
good.
took his blood. But even still, Akashi's human body shut down, and his consciousness went into darkness.
I just want a happy end. Please give me a happy end. I need a happy end.
Koda paced back and forth. This was his fault.
No, it wasn't.
If he hadn't lost control, Keiji would be okay. This was far from okay. The face stepped out of Akashi's bedroom, smiling. He's okay. Stable, at least. Koda sunk to the ground, sighing in relief. Kenma stepped up. Tetsu, you're okay. It was true. He didn't look as scrawny as before. He had more definition and had muscle. He looked healthy.
For the first time in 500 centuries,
He wasn't going to die.
How poetic.
You broke the curse. Keiji broke the curse.
Told ya.
He corrected. He wasn't sure how, but the human did something that none of his lovers who were demons could figure out. I've been thinking. We should leave.
No. No.
What?
No, you should not.
He took a breath. Keiji is a human. He shouldn't even know what the demon realm is. We've put him into danger.
Look, Koda, no. No, you saved him from danger. Yes, technically, there is a certain kind of danger to the three of you. But this Professor Mammon or whoever, yes. The one we hate. Oh, I hate him so much. He was there before you three were, so you weren't the one putting him in danger. He was, and without you, he would have got what he wanted, and that would be absolutely horrific. So it was good that you were there. Amazing that you were there. And it would be amazing if you stayed there. Oh, I'm nervous.
Yeah, but Bokuto paused, realizing what he was about to admit to his own lovers, which made the guilt build up. I love him. The Neko nodded his head agreeing, but both of them knew that Kenma was the first to fall victim to the human's charm.
Okay, I'm loving that.
I do too. And because we love him, we have to do what's best for him and say goodbye.
That's not best for him.
Kenma's eyes watered.
What if Mammon comes back? What if he comes back? Like, you said he's gonna be reborn. So what if he comes back? There'll be nothing stopping him, right? Ah!
But I don't want to. Still, he knew the taller was right.
No, he wasn't.
Demons. Keiji
He's
was
not.
nothing like them. He belonged to the angels whenever his time comes. They couldn't bring him down when he already has so much potential.
Bro.
What if the Neko ran into the room, seeing Akashi still soundly asleep? He looked so pale and sick.
But that wasn't your
They
fault.
did this.
No.
Koda was right.
No.
He was fucking right, and he hated it.
No. He's not right.
He went up to the bedside, planting a small kiss onto his forehead.
He's the farthest from right he can be right now. Like,
He never used his father's powers for one reason, because of the abandonment he and his mother, Aneko, faced. He never even met the dude. With his mother long dead, his own spite grew. Just this once, let me use your power. He placed a hand over the human's forehead and wiped his memories of everything about the demon realm and
No.
them. He sobbed while the other two walked in. I guess we are all facing something. He's changed us for the better. Bokuto bent down, his bangs brushing over Akashi's nose, and placed a small kiss on his lips. Goodbye, my love. Koda walked up and laughed. I told you it was a stupid and reckless idea for me to taste your blood. Thank you. He gave a gentle squeeze to his hand. For everything. Are we ready? They all said no, but still continued to walk towards the door, knowing that they wouldn't be able to leave if they stayed a second longer. It would hurt too much.
This hurts too much.
The three demons left Akashi's apartment and flew off into the night, letting the full moon illuminate the dark streets of Tokyo. Akashi made it big. After graduating college, he applied to go to a literature department from a major publisher, but somehow ended up becoming an editor for the weekly shonen manga magazine. Well, it wasn't his original career choice. It wasn't half bad, plus the pay was decent. He went through college just fine, although his entire first year of university was odd to say the least. For one of his classes, his teacher ended up disappearing and leaving them with a substitute. He was also magically diagnosed with anemia, which even his regular doctors found odd, because he's always been in perfect health. It was a super easy fix, so it wasn't hard to get back onto his feet. For a while now, he has felt this unexplainable loneliness that had no answer. He's always been alone since his mother passed away when he was in middle school, so what changed that? He logged out of his computer, realizing he wasn't going to get much work done. Plus, he was out of coffee. He sighed, rubbing his eyes underneath his glasses lenses. He got up, taking his stuff with him, and hopped onto a train to make his way home, seeing that his favorite coffee shop was already closed for the night. His luck just seemed to be running out lately.
Please tell me that he finds a cat.
He threw his bag on the train seat and slowly relaxed, seeing more people board the train. There were 3 specific people that caught his attention. One, which was the most suspicious, was wearing all black with sunglasses in the middle of the night. Another wore a trench coat that seemed to have a bulge coming from back. Totally not suspicious. The third seemed to be the most normal-looking one. The boy with the trench coat caught him staring. Hey. Hi. The 3 smiled at him, suddenly feeling that loneliness vanish. He could play along with this. Alright, this is officially the last part of the Halloween special. While it did have a good ending, this is probably one of the endings that I probably would have strangled the author for, so I'm ready to be murdered. I hope you guys enjoyed this story as much as I did while writing it. Thank you for watching. As always,
I'm speechless. Not in a good way. Why? Why? Right. Why? They weren't at fault. Not for a second was any of them at fault. Yet they still left. Bro, if they don't get back together like these 3 years later, as soon as Akashi finds out, I'd be so mad at them. No, I'm done with